Have you ever felt lost in the depths of your own soul, yearning for self-discovery and spiritual wisdom? Welcome to the journey through the dark night of the soul, or as we might more accurately call it, the dark night of the ego. The dark night of the soul, a profound phase of personal transformation, has been recognized by mystics, philosophers, and psychologists alike as a crucial part of our soul-healing journey. This concept, far from being just a religious experience, is a fundamental aspect of human growth that leads to consciousness expansion. As we navigate through life, we often accumulate layers of false beliefs, societal conditioning, and ego-driven behaviors. Over time, we gradually lose touch with our authentic selves, setting the stage for the dark night, a period of intense inner work that challenges everything we thought we knew about ourselves and the world. But why do we find ourselves in this challenging space? The journey to the dark night of the ego is often a gradual one, paved with unconscious choices and societal pressures. Let's explore the factors that lead us to this transformative experience. 1. Societal conditioning. From an early age, we're bombarded with messages about who we should be, what success looks like, and how we should live our lives. We internalize these expectations, often without questioning their alignment with our true selves. This creates a disconnect between our authentic nature and the persona we present to the world. 2. Ego-driven living. Our ego, while necessary for navigating the world, can become overgrown. We become attached to our achievements, roles, and possessions, deriving our sense of self-worth from external validations rather than inner wisdom. 3. Suppression of emotions. In a world that often values rationality over emotional intelligence, many of us learn to suppress or ignore our feelings. This emotional disconnection can lead to a sense of emptiness and lack of fulfillment. 4. Neglect of inner life. The demands of modern life can leave little time for introspection, meditation, or spiritual practices. Without these anchors, we may lose touch with our deeper selves and our sense of purpose. 5. Unresolved trauma. Past hurts, whether from childhood or adult experiences, can shape our beliefs and behaviors in ways we don't fully understand. These unresolved issues can create patterns that lead us away from our authentic selves. 6. Fear of change. Even when we sense that something isn't right in our lives, fear of the unknown can keep us stuck in unfulfilling situations. This resistance to change can prolong our journey to self-awareness. 7. Lack of self-awareness. Perhaps the most significant factor is a prolonged lack of self-awareness. When we're not attuned to our true needs, desires, and values, we can spend years living a life that doesn't align with our authentic selves. As these factors accumulate over time, they create a perfect storm for the onset of the dark night of the ego. It's as if our deeper wisdom recognizes that we've strayed too far from our true path and initiates a profound recalibration. The dark night of the ego emerges when our carefully constructed identity begins to crumble. It's a time of emotional growth that can feel overwhelming, as if we're losing ourselves in an abyss of uncertainty. Imagine waking up to find that the persona you've built over years no longer fits. Your goals seem hollow, relationships feel superficial, and the pursuits that once defined you now ring empty. This isn't just a phase of sadness, it's a profound mindset shift that shakes the very foundation of your being. During this time, you might experience a deep sense of disconnection from your previous identity, intense questioning of your purpose and values, feelings of isolation as you detach from old patterns, a growing awareness of the gap between your true self and your ego-constructed self, overwhelming emotions that you've long suppressed, a sense of meaninglessness in activities that once brought fulfillment. This period can be incredibly challenging, but remember, this darkness is the cocoon from which your authentic self will emerge. The discomfort you feel is a sign of growth, a necessary part of your evolution towards authentic living. The dark night of the ego typically unfolds in stages, each bringing unique challenges and opportunities for growth. 1. Disillusionment, the initial crack in the ego's facade. You start to question the narratives that have shaped your life. This stage often begins with a sense of unease, a feeling that something isn't quite right despite external success or stability. 2. Despair and emptiness. As your old identity crumbles, you may feel lost and empty. This is the ego's resistance to change. You might experience intense emotions, mood swings, or a pervasive sense of sadness as you grapple with the loss of your familiar self. 3. Detachment. You begin to withdraw from external validations and start the journey inward. Relationships may shift as you find yourself less interested in surface-level interactions. This stage is crucial for creating the space needed for deep introspection. 4. Deconstruction. This crucial phase involves active shadow work, facing and integrating the parts of yourself you've long ignored or rejected. It's a time of brutal honesty where you confront your fears, insecurities, and past traumas. 5. Void, often the most challenging phase, where you face the emptiness left by your dissolving ego. It's here that many feel truly lost. This stage can be marked by a sense of groundlessness, as if you're floating without direction or purpose. 6. Surrender, a pivotal moment where you learn to let go of control and trust the process of transformation. This doesn't mean giving up, but rather releasing your attachment to specific outcomes and embracing the unknown. 7. Rebirth, the emergence of a more authentic, integrated self. You begin to align with your true nature, making choices that reflect your genuine values and desires. These stages aren't linear. You may cycle through them multiple times as you peel away layers of conditioning. Each pass through the cycle tends to bring deeper insights and healing. The dark night occurs because for too long we've lived unconsciously, out of alignment with our true selves. It's a necessary recalibration, initiated by our deeper wisdom when we've strayed too far from our authentic path. By forcing us to confront our shadow aspects and false beliefs, it catalyzes profound soul healing. The turning point often arrives unexpectedly. After wrestling with your deepest fears and insecurities, you may experience a sudden shift in perspective, a moment of profound realization. This pivotal moment might manifest as a deep recognition of your inherent worth, separate from external achievements, an expansive feeling of connection to something greater than your individual ego, a profound acceptance of life's impermanence and your own vulnerability, a newfound capacity to embrace uncertainty as a portal to growth, a clear vision of your authentic path and purpose. This breakthrough doesn't mark the end, but rather a new beginning, the start of integrating your renewed self-understanding into daily life. It's a moment of clarity that illuminates the path forward, even if that path isn't yet fully formed. Emerging from the dark night of the ego is like witnessing the birth of your authentic self. While challenging, this journey often leads to a deeper alignment with your true nature and purpose, increased resilience and emotional intelligence, a more compassionate and inclusive worldview, the ability to live from a place of genuine authenticity, greater creativity and spontaneity as you shed restrictive beliefs, improved relationships based on genuine connection rather than societal expectations, a sense of peace and contentment that comes from within rather than external circumstances. The process of integration is ongoing. You'll likely find yourself continually refining your understanding of yourself and your place in the world. This is the nature of consciousness expansion, a lifelong journey of growth and self-discovery. While the dark night is a deeply personal journey, there are practices that can support you through this transformative process. 1. Mindfulness and meditation to cultivate self-awareness. 2. Journaling to process emotions and track your inner journey. 3. Therapy or counseling to work through deep-seated issues. 4. Engaging in creative pursuits as a form of self-expression. 5. Connecting with nature to ground yourself and gain perspective. 6. Practicing self-compassion as you navigate challenging emotions. 7. Seeking out supportive communities or individuals who understand this process. Remember, the goal isn't to rush through the dark night, but to fully experience and learn from it. Each challenge you face is an opportunity for growth and deeper self-understanding. The dark night of the ego, though difficult, offers an unparalleled opportunity for consciousness expansion. By facing our deepest fears and dismantling our ego's illusions, we open ourselves to new levels of spiritual wisdom and self-realization. This journey is not about becoming a new person, but rather about uncovering the authentic self that has always been there, hidden beneath layers of conditioning and false beliefs. It's a return to your true nature, a homecoming to your soul. Have you navigated your own dark night of the ego? We'd love to hear about your self-discovery journey. Share your experiences in the comments below and subscribe for more insights on personal transformation and authentic living. Remember, Your story might be the light that guides someone else through their own dark night.